Hey everybody, it's Scotty from Scotty's Record Shop with my March 2015 record finds, the stuff that I found over the last month or so. Happy spring. Today's the first day of spring, at least when I'm taping this anyway. This is the first day of spring, and along with that, separate, but along with that, I want to thank everybody that watches my videos like I do every video. I try to mention that anyway. I don't get on YouTube that often, maybe a couple times a month, to look at the people that I've subscribed to kind of briefly and to just check on this channel. And people are watching these things, and I just want you to know that I really do appreciate it. I didn't get a chance to get to my local little record store. Not that it's very local, it's an hour away. But I did have some good luck, some good fortune, blessings, whatever you want to call it, finding some stuff on the internet. I also, I'm not going to show it, but added some equipment to my little setup. I upgraded. I was using an Akai receiver that a friend of mine had let me have, and I wasn't overly happy with it. It was a, quote unquote vintage, but it just didn't sound, it just wasn't up to par. So I really was fortunate. I was able to find two separate receivers, two Pioneers. Not that I obviously use both of them at the same time, but I'm using an SX750 as my primary receiver, and I have as a spare, and I'm very grateful. A lot of people don't even have one amazing receiver. I'm fortunate to have two. I have an SX780 that's a spare. That in case, because you know how, unfortunately, sometimes how using older equipment is, it sometimes breaks down. So I have something else as a backup. Not that I'm hoping that anything happens to the SX750, but anyway. All right, enough of that. Vinyl. This first thing I'm going to show, actually, there's a shout out to my friend Jonathan, who's on the Facebook stuff, a lot of the Facebook vinyl community and the CD, record, everything. There's several pages that are on Facebook that are dedicated to music lovers. And Jonathan's a big Chicago fan, and we had talked about this record in the past, and it was a pain in the butt to find, because every time I saw it, it was in Japan, and even when it was in Japan, it was so expensive. Just the combination of shipping and the record, it just wasn't. I just couldn't bring myself to it. But I found a copy of it actually online, but at Stereo Jacks, which is down in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And it's in very nice shape. It has all the inserts. I'm not going to show you everything. The great thing about this album, though, is it's only, vinyl-wise, it was only released in Japan. And it's really great. It's Chicago Live in Japan. This was in 1972, so it was for the Chicago 5 tour. Double album. All the inserts, Japanese stuff. It doesn't have a strip. I've never seen it with the strip, but I was just happy to get it, and to get it at a fair price too. In very nice shape. This is an upgrade, a very nice, very close to minty upgrade of a Stevie Wonder Live LP, 1970 on Tamla, in very, very nice shape. The original inner sleeve, and I'll show you because sometimes you don't see those. Really, really nice. Just a very nice copy of this record. A very good record for Stevie Wonder. He made a UK record as well, a live record, 1970 as well. It was live at the Talk of the Town, I think it was. I still got to find a copy of that. I like this one better. I like the American album. This is an upgrade as well. Electric Light Orchestra. A New World record. This is pretty much close to mint. The guy that sold it to me said it's in very good shape. I'm like, okay, I like your idea of very good. And it's very nice. In the shrink, still got the hype sticker. It's an original United Artists pressing as well. So very happy with that. A great Electric Light Orchestra record. Another one that's in pretty darn good shape. And it really is the last one I'm looking for. I don't have Zoom on vinyl, but was that really an Electric Light Orchestra album? Not to say that it was a bad record, but to me it's kind of more of a Jeff Lynne record, and it's kind of hard to find on vinyl. If I see it and it's a fair price, I'll pick it up. But so that pretty much does my Electric Light Orchestra collection. These next couple, I wasn't super happy. I'm not incredibly disappointed, but not super happy. Both of these were billed as really in excellent shape, and well, maybe very good, but not excellent. Not, I mean, I cleaned them really good. They play okay, but John Lennon Shaved Fish. This is an Apple pressing, which I didn't have, so wanted that. And another John Lennon Walls and Bridges. This is an original Apple pressing as well. Again, once it was cleaned really good, it plays okay. I wouldn't go excellent with this, but you know, better than the copies that I had of these two. So I guess there you go. I don't collect 12-inch singles. I have very few in my collection, so it was very odd that I all of a sudden get 3 12-inch singles by the same artist. It's kind of bizarre, but I just had to do it. This is Paul McCartney's brand new 12-inch, his new single, Hope for the Future. I really like this song a lot. My daughters actually really like this song as well. Kind of cool. And it's a 12-inch. Happy with that. This one I'm really happy with. This has been a thorn in my side for a couple of years now. It was a Record Store Day release. I didn't get it then. I refused to pay what people were paying, or expecting people to pay on the internet. I just knew that in time, if I was patient, I would find it, and I'd find it at a fair price. And here it is. Maybe I'm amazed. Record Store Day 2013 from Paul McCartney and Wings, and I paid for this what you would have paid for it during Record Store Day. So I'm happy with that. It took 2 years, but I'm happy with that. I'm not even gonna. I could go on for an hour about Record Store Day and how I feel about it, but I'm not gonna. One more 12-inch single from Paul McCartney and Wings, and I always dug the actual 12-inch mix of this. Good Night Tonight. I just always, sometimes 12-inch versions kind of go on forever, and it's like, this one actually, I just dig it. So there you go. 3 12-inches in a row from Paul McCartney. A couple of Queen records. This one I was happy to find at a really, really insanely fair price. A Kind of Magic from Queen. This is actually sealed. Really, these are starting to go for. How can I say this without insulting people? I don't want to make it sound like I don't think this is quality or anything, but I just don't get how come Queen material, especially the 80s stuff, is so insanely expensive here in America. It's not my favorite of their stuff. I'm a bigger fan of the 70s stuff, but this is actually one of those reissues that came out. I am going to crack it. I am going to open it and listen to it, because I think records should be listened to. But I'm happy to find it. The only thing that I don't have from Queen now is Innuendo, and that's really hard to find. One of these, even I'd be happy with one of those Hollywood reissues, but I'm just not paying. I'm not going to pay an insane price for it. It's a good record, just ain't going to pay an insane price. This is another one where there's a deluxe version. I'm happy for all of you that spent well over $100 or whatever it was for it. I just couldn't do it, and I can't justify it. So what I got was just the regular standard 2-album release of Rainbow 74, Queen. This is an excellent record. It is too short. I feel that it's short. It would have been nice to have the full length, I think it's 4 albums or something. But the price is just, it's wrong, is what it is. So we'll just live with this. Great record. This one, I could completely blame it on my children and say, hey, you know what? I did this for my kids, and they certainly love it. But one of these public confessions here. I really dig this stuff. I think it's really kind of just neat. Here it is. Frozen. The soundtrack to Frozen. I went and I did it. And I don't regret it. I, think it's a cute movie, and I think the music in it is okay. Okay, this next guy, I don't advocate who he is or what he's done. He's recently got into the news again for a bad reason, and is now spending, I think he got 16 years? Yeah. But this record is a great record. It really is. Gary Glitter. This is the record with Rock and Roll Part 2. An original pressing gatefold on Bell Records in really nice shape. And it's not a bad record. I mean, like I said, I'm not advocating what he did, but there you go. I've wanted to find an original pressing of this one for a while. I have an 80s pressing on the Green Capital label, but I wanted an original pressing because I had one when I was a kid. And again, it's like $10 for a record. No, this was not $10. It's in great shape. And it's an original pressing with the original inner sleeve. Sweet Desolation Boulevard. A great record. This is the American pressing, by the way, just in case, on Capitol. Not the RCA international release. Another one, really cool. Kind of all the same genre, too. I guess it would be, glam rock or whatever you want to call it. I hate labels, but Slade. And their album, Slade? This would be how you'd say that, with a question mark. Slade? A great record. Original pressing. Is this a gatefold? No, it's not. This is on Polydor. This is an original U.S. pressing. There's ringware, but the record is in wonderful shape. And the record is what you play, isn't it? Okay, the last pile here, a little amount, are all Frank Zappa. I had a Frank Zappa itch that I had to take care of. And these are all Frank Zappa. And these are all original pressings as well. In really, really nice shape. Very nice. What do we got here? Overnight Sensation. Overnight Sensation. The original pressing in nice shape. These are the kind of the more common, more popular. I haven't worked into the I don't know what you'd even call it. The less commercially viable. There you go. Frank Zappa. I haven't quite worked into that too much, but I love these records. This one I absolutely love. Joe's Garage. It's an original pressing. Thanks to my friend John Bollier. This was back in high school. John had made a cassette. Actually, it was his brother Lou. I'm sorry. Shout out to John anyway. But his brother Lou, who's also a part of the vinyl community on YouTube, he made me a copy of Joe's Garage, and it just was like hysterical. I just love that record. He made that back in the early 80s for me. Freak Out. I'm not really sure what press this is. It's an early press, I know that. This is in really, really, really nice shape. From 1966. What a great record that was, huh? And one more, and then we'll call it a day. Zoot Lurid. From 1976. This is an original Warner Brothers pressing. Very nice. There is one more record. I just got sick of waiting for it, and it will be in my next video. It's coming from Japan. I broke down. I couldn't find it anywhere else, and it was just one of those things. And you guys who collect, if you get stuff from Japan, it takes a while. So that'll be in my next video next month. As always, everybody, thanks again for watching these things. I truly appreciate it. And as always, peace and love.